Hi there, this is Jim LaVerde with This Old Coach. This is our very first video of what to do when you're getting ready to buy a motorhome. And there's a couple things that you really need to know before you go ahead and you make the purchase. The first thing I always tell people is to check out the tires. Now, when I bought this coach, this is a 2001 Allegro Bay, and it's an old one, but it's in pretty good shape for its age. So the first thing you want to do is you want to check your tread, make sure you got good tread. But the most important thing is you want to make sure that the tires are 5 years, 6 years at tops, because what happens is that they will begin rotting from the inside, and you don't want to be driving down the road and have one of these front steer tires blow out on you. So check your tread, check the date before you even think about putting the money down on a coach. You just want to make sure that your tires are in good shape inside and out and that they're less than 5 years old, because replacing these with a set of Michelins can cost you $3,500 all the way around. That's a good bargaining tool, and that's our first tip. The second thing you want to check after you check for your tires for age is you want to come inside the coach and you want to make sure that there's no leaks in the ceiling. That's your first and most important thing. Is you want to check around your AC vents right here for any kind of stain or discoloring on the roof. You want to check around every single window. If you've got any kind of wallpaper in the coach that you're getting ready to buy that's got crinkles on it, you're going to want to check that. When I bought this coach, it had a leak in the window. I didn't check because I didn't know, but I had to replace this whole bottom panel right here because this window was leaking. And in a later episode, we're going to show you how to take the windows out and to put the tape around the outside so it can stop leaking. So make sure you check in every single cabinet. Look in, take a flashlight, make sure there's no discoloration in there. Make sure even in your antenna area, make sure there's no leaks around your vents. We also had a leak that was coming through some of the cable wires for the TV antenna, and I've been dealing with that, trying to fix the leak on that. So you just want to go through methodically, go take your time. And when you buy your coach, do it during the day. Don't buy it at night when you can't see things around the coach. I made a mistake by doing that. So check all the way around. Make sure that there's no leaks, all the cabinets, all the vents, and that's our second point. So one of the things that you definitely need to check before you buy your RV is you need to go and take a ladder, bring a ladder with you, and check all the rubber seams all the way around your RV to make sure that the windshield hasn't popped out. One of the mistakes that I made when I bought this RV is that I got it home and the windshield had popped out of its rubber seal up at the top there. It cost me $500 to get it fixed. And had I known that was there, it could have been a good bargaining chip for when I bought this RV. So make sure that all your window has got the sealer in it. Bring a ladder with you, like I said before. It'll be your best friend in checking around the perimeter of the RV. One thing that you should always do with an RV is take it on a nice 10 or 20 mile, even 30 mile trip on the freeway to see how smooth the RV is at speed. You don't want to be driving this thing for 2,000 miles and have it shimmying all the time. When I bought this RV, I didn't do that. I got on the road and on the way to California one time, the whole front end shook the whole time back and forth. And so take it on a nice long drive, make sure that it's nice and smooth. If you buy an RV and it's got that shimmy in it, it's probably because the wheels are out of round or not balanced. You can take your RV to a tire place and they can shave these wheels perfectly round. So I took this thing in, I had them shaved down perfectly round, and it completely drives differently. It's nice and smooth, it doesn't shake me up and wear me out after 2 hours of driving. Okay, one of the other things is step number 4 you want to check for is these Class A's, all of them come with self-leveling jacks. And so you want to go around, you want to make sure that they all operate and are in good working condition. When I bought mine, the right rear would not fully come up, and so a lot of times I'll be camping and then I'll go to retract the jacks back in and that one gets stuck. So you want to make sure that they all work and that they all hold the RV up and do proper leveling. Make sure that when you retract the jacks, that every single jack, especially the ones in the back, go all the way up It should take about 5 seconds or so for all the jacks to come up. But sometimes the backs, because there's more hydraulic fluid back there, take a little longer to retract. So just make sure that they retract. Step 4. Here's a little quick tip that you may want to do as you're negotiating to buy a new used RV, is go around and check all of your cabinet doors to make sure that they open and close properly. And then on mine, every one of these shock absorber, or whatever these things that are called that hold these door open, they're bad. Each one of these are 20 bucks. And that's, you know, if you got 10 of them that aren't working right, that's a good bargaining chip. Make sure that every cabinet opens and closes properly. Also inside these, a lot of times there's lights. Make sure that all the lights work on the inside. Tip number 5. Okay, this is tip number 6. This is your generator that we're going to be talking about. This one has the Onan Marquise, I think 7000, and it has enough power to run everything in the RV, but you want to make sure it's in good working order. So after you buy the RV, one thing that's really great to do is to run the generator about every 4 or 5 weeks, get the stale gas out of the carburetor, and make sure you put a load on it, meaning that, you know, run the heat pumps and everything. So when you're buying the RV, the first thing you want to do is make sure that this thing is working, because generators are great for when you're dry camping. So on our generator, it's in pretty good shape. It's a little dirty. We just took it on a trip up to Maine, but it has a on and off switch right here, start switch, and it also has a start switch remote on the inside. Just come out here or on the inside and fire it up, and this one should start right up. Fires right up, runs good, powers the whole coach. It's really important to make sure that you take care of this piece of equipment. It's very expensive. Okay, so tip number 7 is, we're back inside the coach now, is you want to make sure that before you buy your RV or purchase, on your way down there, have them turn on the refrigerator before you even get there, 12, 13 hours beforehand. This right here, if it goes bad, it's about a $2,000 bill for you. So you just want to make sure that this thing is nice and cool on the inside, that the inside is in good shape, that the freezer's working, and you can definitely tell. Mine, you can put food in it after about 12 hours or so, start off camping. You want to come inside also, make sure that every burner on your propane works. This one's got 3 burners. This thing has worked great the whole time, and that's a really good tip. Make sure that this works. Also, every RV is going to have a pump on and off. Make sure that there's water hooked up to the RV, or if there's water in the holding tank. Go around and check every single faucet, the toilet, the shower, the faucets in the bathroom, and if there's an external water supply out there, make sure everything works, make sure everything goes on and off. That's tip number 7. Tip number 8, when you're buying an RV, is every RV is going to come with a hot water heater. Our hot water heater, you can either run it with gas or electricity. Also have them turn on the hot water to make sure that your hot water heater is producing hot water. And it's a very easy thing to do. It's just on a couple on and off switch. Another tip, when you're in the bathroom, make sure you open up the commode, throw some water in there, and make sure that that seal is holding water inside the toilet bowl. I'll tell you why. If you're driving down the road and there's no water in there, the smell from the septic tank will come up, and it will be really bad smell inside the RV as you're going down the road. So make sure that the bowl holds water, because if the seal is bad, again, that's a $300 fix or $200 fix to buy a new part and a new seal. So make sure that your toilet is holding water. Make sure your hot water heater is working properly. Tip number 8. Tip number 9. Go to your thermostat and turn your thermostat on. Make sure your air conditioners are blowing cold air, and run it until they work, even if you're buying something in the wintertime. Make sure you listen for the condenser to come on and the pumps to come on, and that both of the, or if you have 1 or 2, make sure that they're cooling properly. Ours comes with also a heat pump. Make sure your heat pumps are working. And make sure, have them run the generator or plug it in. Make sure both of the heat pumps are coming on. This is also, this coach also has dual furnaces, there it is. And they've got one in the back, one in the front. Make sure both furnaces are working properly. Again, when I bought mine, the back furnace makes a terrible squeaking noise that I could have used as a bargaining chip to get a better deal on the RV. So just make sure, go through all of the heating and air. It's really important for summertime. You don't want to be in your coach during the summertime and not have air conditioning. That can be a very sweaty experience. You don't want that. So go ahead and check your HVAC, make sure it's all working correctly. Tip number 10, and this will be our final one for our segment, is make sure that your engine battery and your coach batteries are in good condition. When I bought this coach, again, both coach batteries were in pretty bad shape. So what I did was I bought two brand new coach batteries. They're Trojan 6-volt batteries, two of them, and I ran them together so that they're producing, between the two 6-volt batteries, 12 volts. I have never had one bit of issue with both of these batteries. They've been great. I've had them for probably 4 or 5 years, and these batteries will run all the lights on the inside. They'll run a bunch of things, you know, the fans, any lights, the pumps, and anything like that. So you just want to make sure. And you want to surface these things about every 2 or 3 months. Just pop the lids off and make sure that you've got good amount of distilled water in there, that they're up to level, and keep your batteries in good shape, because it's really going to help you out, especially if you're dry camping. So again, tip number 10, make sure your coach batteries are in great shape and alter your starting battery for your engine. That's tip number 10. This is Jim LaVerde again with This Old Coach. I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching this video. Hey, and feel free to comment and bring up some topics that you'd like to talk about concerning the RV that you're getting ready to purchase, or maybe one that you already have. And again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next time. Off switch, it also has a remote on the inside, and let's start it up, see how good it runs.